Good evening. Welcome to the Whiskey Crossing. Tonight we are going to be previewing one of my Bourbon of the Year contenders. This is a bottle I just opened up 2 days ago, and I am really pumped to try it again. What bottle is this, you ask? Well, it may be in the title of the video, so it might not be a surprise, but this is Stag Junior. Now, this is not just any Stag Junior. This is not batch 16, the elusive batch 16 or batch 15. This is a single barrel store pick from Canals in New Jersey. This bottle is 67.55 ABV, percent alcohol by volume. That's 135.5 proof. It's a lot of alcohol. Now, this bottle is, like I said, a store pick, so it's probably one of like 200 bottles, maybe at the most. So kind of a one-of-a-kind thing. But regardless, it's a Stag Junior, so it's a Buffalo Trace, cask strength, barrel strength bourbon whiskey. Usually it's aged about 7 to 8 years compared to its big brother, George T. Stag, which is usually 14 to 15 years, which is not coming out this year at all. So this is the only one that's available at all. Batch 16 is the one that's supposed to be distributed across the country, but that's not showing up many places. I haven't seen that yet, but this was a single barrel pick because they started a single barrel program in the fall of 2021, and the store, it's a pretty awesome store. They have a ton of store picks. They have a ton of selection of whiskeys, Scotch, bourbon, Irish, everything you need. It's literally a heaven on earth. So Stag Junior, without any further ado, is going into my glass right here. Oh man. So Stag Junior. Again, the junior is the age, not the intensity. So this is very much in line with a George T. Stag from an intensity perspective, and especially this one being 67.75%. Just a ridiculous ABV. I have very few whiskeys higher than that. Maybe only one, the ECBP. Let's check it out on the nose. Ooh. Wow. It's an incredible nose, and it's not hot. How is it not hot? You can just drink it in on your nose, which is unbelievable at this ABV. Unbelievable. It's caramel, oak, maple syrup, brown sugar. Absolutely unreal sweetness. Cinnamon buns with vanilla cream icing. Maybe even a little raspberry, something fruity to kind of cut the sweetness. Oh, this is amazing. Are you kidding me? That's one of the best noses that I've ever experienced on a bourbon. No lie. One of the best noses I've ever experienced. Dries out a little bit at the end. The oak comes through a little bit more, the wood shavings even. But I still get that cinnamon bun. Ooh, it's nice. Ooh, it's nice. All right, let's go in for the taste on the palate. Cheers. Wow. Wow. Okay. First of all, the immediate mouthfeel. This is a 135 proof straight bourbon whiskey. That is so high. And it comes in silky. I'm not going to say the second word. Silky smooth. It's 135 proof. It's not smooth. It is silky on the mouthfeel. At 135 proof. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The mouthfeel on this thing. I don't know how they do that. That is crazy. Now the proof comes through. You get probably the most intense Kentucky hug that, and I don't really even know the definition of a Kentucky hug, but I think this is like the quintessential Kentucky hug would be my guess. I mean, it is, wow. Wow. Okay, let's go in again. Mm. Mm. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is crazy. That is so good. That is so good. Very few whiskeys, honestly, very few whiskeys impress me or surprise me at this point. I've had so many, and they're, you know, they all kind of do their thing, but very few of them really stand out. And that old Carter, yeah, it's kind of back here, might have been the closest thing, and it won a blind flight against other cask strength bourbons, barrel strength bourbons, and it's amazing, and it's my highest rated bourbon. So my next rated bottle was actually this Papi 15. This is the 2020 release Papi 15. I got it in January of 2021. In the Pennsylvania state-run lottery. I was one of like 80 people in the entire state of Pennsylvania to get to buy this bottle this year. So that's awesome. That's really cool. I opened it up at my sister's wedding, and I shared it with all of the groomsmen, none of whom knew anything about bourbon, except like one guy is like, "Oh, I heard of Papi. Yeah, I think that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, Papi." I mean, completely wasted it on that crew, but they really appreciated it, and it was cool. It was like, they're gonna now have a story to tell people, and I think a few of, like, my brother-in-laws come back and be like, "Yo, we were showing pictures of the Papi, or of, you know, of the wedding, and the picture of you with the Papi came up, and everyone's like, oh, that guy was a Papi." That's what it's all about. But I digress. This is unbelievable. So I'm gonna have 4, maybe 5 bourbons in the top bourbon of the year competition. This is definitely gonna be on there, no doubt. I think it's the favorite. I think it's the favorite at this point. I think it's the favorite. The old Carter Batch 7 is up here. That's on the list. That's the highest rated bourbon there is. I haven't rated this one yet. Its neighbor kind of back here. I think you can kind of see it. Ooh, I went the wrong way. No, I didn't go the wrong way. It's over here now. Here, the Sam Houston 15. That's a really good bottle. I don't think it's gonna win, and I think I'll be able to pick it out because it's cotton candy. And then the other one on the list is right here, and this is the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. It's an earlier batch. I got it at my sister's wedding from my uncle. My uncle found it from a friend. I had actually said, like, hey, you know, you get some Magnus in Maryland, because Magnus used to be based in DC. He would get Magnus releases pretty easily in Maryland. His friend had one, was willing to sell to me. I actually said, I'll pay $200 for a cigar blend. You know, if you can find one, that would be great. If it's more than that, let me know. But I'll pay $200 for the cigar blend. So I did, and he got it for me, and it's really good. All right, but this Stag Junior, so good. Our bourbon represent. That's it for tonight. I am really glad I got to drink that again. That is so good. I give this bottle an A+. I cannot wait to try this again in the flight. We're going to do that soon with the Old Carter, the Sam Houston, the Joseph Magnus, and the Stag Junior single barrel. Until then, thanks for stopping by.